Good evening. Families of terminally ill children have condemned a hoaxer who falsely promised £1 million for medical research as cruel and callous, and who engaged in immoral and cheap fun at their expense. The families had been fundraising for research into sanfilippo syndrome.
The disease causes progressive brain damage, and those with it rarely live to their 20s. The duped families believed the donation would mean clinical trials for treatment could start by Christmas, but those hopes have now been dashed. John Young has been to meet one of the families in Hove.
Tommy Thompson's 7-year-old body is shutting down.
Can Tommy ring?
He used to be able to speak, but not now.
Coming in.
He struggles with steps these days.
Sit you back.
At mealtimes, he can't sit in his grown-up chair anymore.
Try on.
For the past year, he's needed a special tube topped up 4 times a day. So the 150 or so families of children who have Sanfilippo syndrome had huge hopes when their publicity on Facebook and on the news brought forward a big donor. He offered £500,000 to fund research needed to improve the children's chances. He then doubled it. His lawyers were sorting it out, he said. His bank had been instructed. For more than 2 weeks it seemed very genuine. And then he disappeared.
Sick. That's the only word I can use. Is, you know, these are children, and they're children who are losing their lives piece by piece, and we're losing pieces of them piece by piece. So for somebody to con us into thinking that they were going to try and help save our little boy's life, I don't understand what on earth would make somebody, you know, do such a cruel thing.
For some children, it's too late. The Thompsons spent yesterday at a funeral in Oxfordshire. Benjamin Illingworth reached the age of 10.
There's no words that can justify what he's done.
Just hope he watches this video and sees Tommy, or other people see Tommy, and, you know, realise what's going on, you know.
He said that he was a self-made man, that if he had children of his own, and that therefore if he was in the same position he would like the same type of help. And so gradually he did gain some credibility in the minds of the families, and I suppose myself.
The police say no crime has been committed. Lawyers say it's more common than you'd think.
It's the kind of thing where the internet itself, you know, people take a step back, sit in front of a computer, and they think, I can pretty much say what I want, do what I want, and I'm going to get away with it.
Tommy's parents don't know how much longer he'll have the strength to play in the garden. Their wait continues.
John Young reporting there. Well, he joins us now from Brighton. And John, so there's really nothing that the families can now do about this hoaxer?
The only hope, Rob, is that they could somehow sue for compensation if they could prove that they've gone to some expense because of this dashed hope. But they don't want compensation, they just want that donation back. Let there be no mistake about how serious this is. Yesterday, the family were at a funeral of a 10-year-old boy who died as a result of this condition. The only consolation, if you like, tonight is that this dreadful story has raised publicity. They want publicity. They want people to understand more about this condition, Sanfilippo syndrome, a condition that at the moment the government simply does not fund.
OK, John, thank you very much.
A payday